How y'all doing? It's Monday. We're back. We got a few things to discuss, okay? There's a few things to discuss, and I need to make it. God, I love that. I love that shit. Even though it looks gross and look like I lived underneath a bridge. Wow. But I love that. Thank you for the host, buddy. Yeah, so there's been some things, okay? Some things that have been in the dome piece lately, okay? Give you a cue to let out the frustration. You ready? Are you giving me a cue? All right, let out the frustration. I wouldn't really say I'm frustrated anymore. It's just how would you put it? Disappointed. Disappointed is the word. Hopefully y'all can't hear that fan. I have a fan right here because it is hot AF in Louisiana. Okay, right now I feel like we're being brutally beaten with some kind of wet, like straw broom that's just been baking in an oven. And then I had to make something in the oven for dinner, so that was not nice. I felt actually cooler in the oven. Battlefield. Look, let me tell you something. Okay, all right. Let's clear the air. Let's clear the speculation. Let's clear the doubt and the fear and all that good stuff. Okay, and I'm always gonna be completely transparent with y'all. Okay, and I feel like we have this trust. Okay, transparency between us is trust, and I need to be always transparent about everything because that's just how I am. Okay, but there's been a shift in my tastes. And it's kind of been building for a little while. Let's be honest, okay? And to address the elephant in the room, Battlefield 5. And the shitty thing is that Battlefield has been a cornerstone for me as a content creator. It really has. I love Battlefield. I love the franchise. It got me into doing YouTube, and it got me into doing Twitch, and it kept giving me content to create. Okay, this is not to say that we're completely done with Battlefield, but for myself, I don't feel it is in my best interest to keep supporting Battlefield the way that it's going. Reaches for tissues for the downfall of Battlefield. Look, let's just be honest, okay? For those of you who are fans of the franchise, we gotta be real with each other, okay? We have to address the fact that there is a serious problem going on at DICE and EA. I don't know what it is, you know? And I really always wish the best for those teams. I always hope and pray that somewhere it's gonna turn around, but I'm gonna be dead honest with y'all that 4 to me was like the pinnacle of Battlefield, you know? It's still fucking frustrating to see it happen, yeah. But it's just the direction that the game has been going in, well, the franchise, and then the lack of quality control is not making those experiences enjoyable anymore, rather frustrating, and it takes a lot of work to just even be able to play something. It takes the fun out of it. You know, you should just be able to get in there, have fun, you know, do what you want to do, but there's things that have implemented, that they've done, that are hindering that, you know? And look, I'm gonna be honest, Battlefield 4, I started playing Battlefield 4 whenever it was right out the gate, like right out the gate. And I played Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 3 was a little rough, so was 4, but I feel like the team was much more focused on actually making a genuinely good product. But now, since 1 came out, and you know, Hardline was an experiment, and now 5, it's just, I do not see a clear path to how this can be fixed, you know? It's to start mowing their lawn. Yeah, they are, and they truly are. And I'm just saying this from a member of the community, okay? I'm not up at that level of, level cap Westy. These top tier Jack Frags, like these top tier Battlefield community members are saying the same things that I'm saying. And I'm not saying that because they're highlighting it. I'm seeing it from my own perspective, okay? Something is not right. Something, either it's EA being too involved and they want what they want out of the franchise, button heads with DICE. I'm not sure. I don't work on the team. I'm not part of any of that shit. I don't know anything about the inside development of it. But the questionable choices that have been happening since the launch of Battlefield 5, which I had high hopes for. I really did. I did not quite enjoy 1. I'm not saying it's a terrible game. It's just, it left a little bit wanting. And to some people, it was just the right kind of Battlefield where it wasn't too high of a learning curve and things like that. And you could just get in there and play. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. That's great. Everybody has their different tastes about it. But for me, the big driving wedge for me in Battlefield 5 is the fact that there's so many issues with the game, from netcode issues, server issues, disconnects. You guys see it from every single time we play Battlefield. We get disconnected, we get crashes, we get bugs, we get just things that just should not be happening. The fact that we paid $60 for a game that feels like it's in a beta testing phase is not justifiable. There's no way that they can continue to support it with a live service in the fact in the shape that the game is in. And what the real kicker is the fact that there's things that are not part of what makes the game right that are being the focus, i.e. the armory. The armory, it just feels so pointless when there's issues within the core mechanics of the game that are just not functioning, and things that haven't been functioning since launch. Okay, I'm very involved in the game, You are beta. Yeah, we shouldn't be paying money to deal with that. And then I even went and said, hey, look, I would love to have premium back from 3 and 4, Well, premium in 4 was great. I felt like the amount of content that came out, the fixes to the game, and it always felt like it was getting better and better and better. Now, every time some kind of patch rolls out, or a maintenance, or any type of client update, it breaks more than it fixes. And then there's the questionable moves from the devs, like removing modes, or having timed modes, or implementing things that don't make any sense, like, again, the elite skins that you have to pay for it in a first-person shooter, like pay $8 for deluxe edition so you can, yeah, exactly. I think I believe I paid for the deluxe edition as well. I even bought a copy for my PC and I barely played it. Okay. Maintenance, you mean Smackdown? Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, this latest patch, okay, we had a big update. They have more bugs now. You have more disconnects with squad matchmaking. I've been matchmaked into matches with one other person in it, knowing that there are servers that are, in need of other players. Load-in issues, random frame rate drops for no reason whatsoever. You have, like, performance that goes up and down way too unevenly. I understand there's hiccups in some kind of netcode. That's fine. I had that in Battlefield 4. I know that it happens with packet loss and all that stuff. That's fine. But when you have issues that have been in the game since launch and they're still not fixed, like there's even a new bug where you get completely almost suppressed. It looks like you're getting suppressed by fire when you're not even near a gunfight, and suppression doesn't even exist in Battlefield 5. So why is that there? We have issues with planes sounding like they're flying right overhead that haven't been fixed. There's weapons that haven't even been fixed, or are just now recently getting fixed, that were out 2 chapters ago. I see these things and I'm playing the blind eye to it because I wanted deep down for the game to be good, okay? where we break it more than we fix it, yeah. It's not new. It's been, what, close to a year. it's just ridiculous, and I don't feel that it is right for me to sit idly by and just accept it. I'm not gonna do that. I feel like we could spend our time in other places. I mean, look, I've been having a blast playing Prey. I really, really have. I've been enjoying this experience. You know, some people may not be into that. That's fine. I understand that. And I'm looking into where we can focus our attention on more, and I have an idea of what would be the way to do that. You know, I found there are ways to sprinkle in other types of stuff. I mean, I do want to have kind of like a core game to focus on, you know? Oh, I'm definitely going to love Inside, yes. Can we fix it? Well, we don't know. Yeah. Like, another thing that really blows my mind is the amount of time and assets they put towards modes like Combined Arms, which in my mind, I'm thinking, oh yeah, Battlefield 3 cooperative mode. That's going to be great. And it turns out it is the most useless mode that nobody plays. Okay, think about how much time and effort went into making Combined Arms that could have went into just the matchmaking or, you know, regular multiplayer. We have no rental servers. This is a huge thing for the Battlefield community, okay? Like I said, myself playing heavily since Battlefield 3, rental servers were a core component to the community in Battlefield, and we do not have that. They said they're gonna, they have announced that they will be coming, and we're gonna have free ones. That's all well and true. Yes, that is gonna happen, but these are things that should have been in the game since launch. Let's just be honest. So let's bury it. Yeah. Yeah, they could have spent so much time. Firestorm was a huge thing that people were kind of like. There was actually a vast majority of people that were really interested in Firestorm because it's new. Never had a battle royale mode in Battlefield. Not, you know, I was a little skeptical at first because it felt like everything was battle royale. And then it came out, and it has probably one of the worst inventory systems. Hit registration is still all over the place. Now again, this is on the console side of performance. This can vary on PC, that's fine, I understand that. But it's just not smooth gameplay. Not what we should be getting from a Battlefield game. A BF5 sucks, but I'll play to unlock the guns. Yeah, I mean, okay, there are things that they did right for Battlefield 5. You know, I can't trash the game completely. I love the visuals. I love the sound, which they nailed. It's fantastic. The visuals are fantastic. The animations, although there's a little bit too much animation going on in some instances that kind of breaks the flow of combat, it kind of brings a little bit more life to your traditional Battlefield game. So that is interesting. And then there's some, you know, other little interesting things that they did, like the revive system is really cool. The way that certain classes work is much more squad based. That's great. It was better about a month after release. Yeah, and that's about it. It hasn't improved much since then. But the things like Rush, like, it blows my mind that being a Battlefield player since 3, Conquest and Rush were Battlefield to me, as well as many other people. Why in the hell are you taking Rush and removing it from Battlefield 5 when it's one of the core game modes that we should have? It was a limited time mode. How much I try to force myself, it's a chore. Battlefield 5 is a chore to play. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore. I cannot stand idly by and try and praise something and hope and just put so much time that could be going towards other stuff. You know, put them on the shelf hoping that they're going to fix something that is just not going to happen. You know? So they had to flex something, yeah. Yeah, Battlefield 1 had Rush, and that was actually good because the maps were very asymmetrical. You know, they were very asymmetrical. See, Battlefield 4's Rush was okay, but the maps were... There was a vast majority of maps that were very symmetrical. Battlefield 3 had had asymmetrical maps, which Rush worked really well on. Okay? And we've already talked about this plenty of times. Dan Van Peek being the pinnacle of Rush, in my opinion. You know, there's some other great ones. You know, Karg Island was fantastic. You know, Dan Van Peek, even Metro on 3. And yes, they are bringing Metro to Battlefield 5. But I'm going to be super honest with you, and Mac has already said this before. I feel like Chapter 5 is going to be the last hoorah for Battlefield 5. And I hate to be like that person, but I'm just being honest, you know. Huge hit among the players, and what did they do? Even fucked it up somehow. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like they did have some good things in Battlefield 1. You know, Grand Operations just hasn't panned out as well as it did in 1 compared to 5. You know, and it may sound like bickering, but Battlefield 1 even lacked depth. Okay, there was a very limited amount of weaponry, and we're talking about vanilla because honestly, there's not much in terms of Battlefield 5 that isn't vanilla right now. Besides a few extra guns and a couple maps, you know. But please me, I have to be honest. I'm tired of fucking bullshitting it. Okay, I really am, and I feel like we can enjoy other experiences together. You know, more so than Battlefield. I hate to admit that. I really do, but I'm completely fed up with the series. You know, 4 will forever, to me, be my favorite Battlefield experience. 3, when 3 came out, I was like heavy into Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like that. When 3 came out, I literally had to I took a step back and I was like, holy shit, this is the game that I've been looking for forever. And it holds so many memories, as well as 4. But then it just, like, from 4, you were at this moment in 4, and it just, like, went down, down, down. Now, that may just be a personal opinion, kind of overshadowing nostalgia, but I'm just not in that spot anymore. I'm not. I have very little interest in Chapter 4 as a whole. Should be a month and just give it to us in that month and move on to Bad Company 3. Hey, look, if they come out with Bad Company 3, you know, I'm all for it. If they come out with another modern Battlefield, I will be all for it. I just don't see much reason to play Battlefield 5. Tides of War, look, let's be honest. We're going to grind our ass off to get minimal rewards at the end. And then they're going to come out with Armory exclusive epic skins that are going to look like they put way more effort into it than anything else, but you got to pay to look good in a first-person shooter. You know? Cutscenes and all that chaos. Yes! And then it was like they introduced it with the little bit of history and stuff like that. It's just... Look, I even said this to my wife. I said, let's take an example. Okay, let's take another game as an example. How you can do... And this is crazy, but I'm gonna just hear me out, okay? Apex Legends, all right? Apex Legends is a first-person shooter, all right? That has rewards. It has a free-to-play model. And the cosmetic rewards in that game make sense, and here's why. Number 1, you have kill animations that take you into a third-person perspective where you can view, you know, yourself downing the other, you know, the enemies. So you get to see your cosmetics. You get to see your special kill animations. You get your special intros, your cards, your banners in the match if you're the kill leader or the last MVP. So you can see all those things. Or when you're downed, you can see those things. You can look at your weapons. You can inspect your guns. Those fucking things make sense, and guess what? You can earn all of them in the game as you play. Those things make sense. Battlefield 5 makes no sense with the crazy amount of cosmetics that they're adding and not allowing you to be able to earn. Should give us a full story? Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yes, a campaign would be fantastic. So that game turn around, the way it did Bad Company 3 gets the same thing. It's true. It's very true. I have to talk about my own problem. I got Meep some strawberry banana flavored calcium to try. He licked the calcium and left us out alone. Wow. Fucking pissed. It's getting sweaty in here too. Been dropping some knowledge. I'm just look. I have spent a lot of time in the Battlefield games. I have, and you know, Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield for Life is you know, it makes some good points, because if they don't shape up what they're doing over there at DICE and EA, then we're just gonna keep getting the same product out. You know, you could just slap another name on it. Bad Company 3, fucking Battlefield Modern Warfare or some shit, and it's the same thing. I don't know. Just because it's a different setting doesn't mean that the model and the team working on it or any of that shit or the quality control is going to change. Something has to change within the development team. Because right now I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't. And I can't keep doing that. I can't. I'm sorry. It pains me so much to say that. It really does. And the bad thing is I can't like just go back to Battlefield 4. It's not aged as well and the community's not as large, so we got to be realistic here. In lieu of the interest of the channel, we have to move on to something that can pose potential for growth, okay? That's my thing, you know. We got to look at it from that perspective. I'd hate to see things go down with something like that, you know. Just shows up, says Battlefield 5, but with tacos for shoes. It may. It does give me hope too. It does. The next, yes, well, especially off the heels of Battlefield 5, yes, the next Battlefield game will definitely be a heavy hitter for the series, for the franchise. I mean, look, let's take a cue from Call of Duty, okay? And let's put a little footnote. Let's put a footnote right here, okay? Let's just look at it from this way. Call of Duty franchise has not been on the highest of highs. Has not been on the highest of highs. Black Ops 3, I mean Black Ops 4, or was it, yeah, Black Ops 4? It was received well, and then, you know, it still has a pretty core audience. And then it started to trickle off a little bit, but they're going back and they're making Modern Warfare. Like, they're basically starting back from ground zero in a way. And honestly, if they do well, DICE and EA should take some notes. That's all I'm saying. And I want that game to succeed. I really do, because I think there's a huge audience of older, you know, huge like nostalgic Call of Duty fans that want that back. And they may do it right, or they may completely fuck it up completely. I don't know. But if it succeeds, it just shows that they can dig themselves out of a hole, you know? It was decent. It was way better. And yeah, it may be the next big shooter. I'm serious. Modern Warfare could be pretty big, you know? If Burger King has... Wait, Burger King has tacos now? I don't know about buying tacos from a burger place. Yeah, KFC is selling Cheetos chicken sandwiches. I feel like right now we're in this weird wild west of like fast food joints. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I just wanted to be completely 100% real with y'all. I want to be 100% transparent, because I feel like we can keep this trust going as long as I'm honest about my opinions on these things, you know? Not eating a